All right. Well, I just want to welcome everyone out to the Monday night Great Life Diamond Team International Zoom. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. My name is Chip Pinard. And I tell you what, you guys, every week I just look forward to Monday night because I get to see all of your bright, shining faces. Like I said, if I don't get to see your faces, at least get to see your names, those of you who are in attendance here this evening. Now, before we get going here, before I turn it over to Shelly, I just wanted to show you guys something real quick because I know we've been talking a lot about the Rebels group lately. And if my voice goes out, I apologize. But I want to show you guys something real quick here, and it's just kind of validation of how the Rebels group works. And the more effort we put into the Rebels group, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the more effort, the more you show up in the Rebels group, the more you will see this happening. So I'm going to share my screen here real quick. All right, there we go. Now we're going to hop on over into the Rebels group. And this is my post from what was it? A couple days, I think Saturday when I did this pro cleanse post. Okay, now if you look down here in these comments, and this is how it works. So you always want to pay attention to these comments, ladies and gentlemen. If you're utilizing the Rebels group, okay, if you're utilizing the Rebels group, make sure you're watching the comments. Make sure you're showing up in the group. Make sure you're liking and commenting and participating. That's what it's all about. If you have people in the Rebels group and you're not liking, commenting, and participating, people are not going to know that you're in there, and they're going to forget who brought them in there. Now, good thing we know who brought them in there, but in all actuality, they will forget that you brought them in there. But if you look down here, right here, this is how it works. Darlene Stout says, now this I'm interested in. How much and how do I order? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when we get this group really rocking, you're going to see that not once, twice, you'll see this multiple times a day of people asking, how do I get information? How do I purchase the product? Now, I'm going to throw a little secret sauce out here for you. Now, if you know the person is not a network marketer, okay, if you know they're not a network marketer, what I would do is I take them directly to your product link. I send them directly to your product link. So what do? You go to your website, click on products, go to the product, and grab the URL at the top. Okay, make sure it's got your ID number in there and send that to them. That's going to take them directly to the product page so they can purchase that product. Now, if you know they're a network marketer, here's the secret sauce. Don't send them your product link. Send them to your website, and here's why. Send them to your website, ladies and gentlemen, so that they're able to look over everything. Okay, why? Because I got into a conversation with Darlene on Saturday after she sent me that message, and now by the end of the week, Darlene wants to come in as a distributor. So if you know they are a network marketer, send them your full Great Life, your greatlifeworldwide.com/your username. Send them that link. If you know they're just looking to be a customer, send them to the actual product link. So there's just a little bit. Just want to start out by showing you a little bit of validation that this does work. Now, don't freak out on me or anything, but Darlene has actually been in this group for 2 years. 2 years and never asked for product. Now, you guys might be saying, geez, Chip, that's a long time. Well, yes and no, because it did take place and it did happen. And she did finally, something resonated with her, something caught her eye, which was the Pro Cleanse. And now she's ready to buy. And now she's looking to come in as a distributor. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you all right there. I'm going to stop sharing. And there we have it. Shelly, I'm going to turn the floor over to you, dear. There you go.
Okay, that's super cool. And just on that topic, tomorrow at 11, I've got our dear friend, and she's our realtor. She's coming by the house tomorrow at 11 because she's been watching what's going on with us and with the Rebels group. And she texted me and said, do you have time this week that we can sit down and I can talk to you about your business? And so she is coming tomorrow at 11. We're going to sit down, have coffee, go through the website. You know, she's already tried the Phytoson, and she's just been watching. Sometimes people just watch. They want to watch and see, wow, is this real? Is this legit? Are people enjoying these products? And so I'll have a great conversation with her tomorrow, and I'll be showing her, this is how you do this with the Rebels group, what we're doing, just like you, sharing the product information, inviting people to take a look. So that'll be cool. I don't want to spend a ton of time talking because I want to bring on the guests tonight. We got 2 speakers, but I do want to remind everybody that you get a free bottle of O2 if you purchase Reggie's course, and I highly recommend that. I mean,
It doesn't
number
show
one,
up.
the O2 is my absolute favorite product, has been. I've known the formulator for 20 years. It's a product that I don't go without. I actually burnt my arm. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I burnt it on Easter on the oven, pulling things out. And I didn't pay much attention because it was the heat of the moment. Didn't think about it. We had a house full of people. And then I immediately started spraying the O2 drops on it because I'm like, ooh, burns, cuts, scrapes, all those things. O2 is a must have. So definitely take advantage of that. And why would you want Reggie's program? Well, my goodness, if you're part of the program already, you know the value that's in there. But even just if you're in our GL Diamond Facebook group and you're seeing the things that he is feeding us, the back to the basics tips and things that he is sharing. I mean, man, oh man, if you want to be successful, you've got to buckle down, you got to pay attention, and you got to get back to the basics. So you got to take it step by step, do what needs to be done. So with that, I want to bring on Reggie Cochran.
Thanks, Mom. I call her Mom, mentor of
Mom.
many. Yeah, that's something we started a while ago because Shelly is just such a giver. Well, as a fighter, as a martial artist, people always want to know what techniques I worked on to win all these world titles. Well, it was always the basics. Now, as martial artists, I always learned the fancy techniques, the techniques that I would use in demonstrations. I call those attention getters. I mean, they're good physical challenges and things like that. But when it came down to competing, when it came down to fighting, when it came down to winning, it was always the basics, keeping it as simple as possible. And in a self-defense situation.
Reg, I don't want to interrupt, but Chip, is there a reason that we're only in mode where we're not seeing?
I'm trying to make it go right now. I'm not sure why. I do know that it's recording only, Reggie, and it's recording only the speaker, but I'm not sure why the view is off right now. Keep going.
That's okay. We like looking at Chip. That's fine, Chip. You can just, if you can move your lips as mine, then maybe they won't know the difference. But so anyway, in a self-defense situation, it's always the basics that's going to save your life. Well, in network marketing, I mean, there is just so many things going on, so much information overload being thrown at us that it is causing a big disconnect. It is causing paralysis by analysis. And unfortunately, a lot of that information that's being thrown at us today doesn't work for most people. It works for the people that are teaching it and doing it, but they're the exception to the rule. So after talking with a lot of the leaders and a lot of people that are frustrated with building their business, we decided to get back to the basics. Now, remember, these are just my opinions. It's not the company, it's not your uplines. These are just things that have worked consistently for me over the decades. And I know that if you'll give them a shot, they'll be of some benefit to you. Now, why 3? Now, 3's always been an important number to me. As a Christian, there's the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. We are spirits. We have a body. We have a soul. I call this me, myself, and I. I'm a foodie. I like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, 3 has a lot of impact. I've got my Hulk Hogan wristbands on as when I was raising my kids, they were Hulkamaniacs, and Hulk said 3 things: train, eat your vitamins, say your prayers. In sports, in hockey, if you get 3 goals in a game, it's called a hat trick. In bowling, there's something called a turkey. When they put their hands in, it's always on 3, and then they throw their hands out. So 3 has always had a bearing in my life. I was raised on the 3 bears, the 3 wise men, the 3 stooges, the 3 musketeers. And in network marketing, especially with Great Life, You've got to learn to love the number 3. It is really important. You see, when it comes down to it, in network marketing, there's only 3 business activities that you need to focus on. Only 3. You need to sign up customers because customers create cash. You need to sign up affiliates, and you need to help your affiliates do the first 2 things. That's it. All the other stuff we do is excuses not to do those 3 things. By not focusing on those 3 things, we don't succeed. So let me repeat those. I mean, this is it, folks. You want to know your business plan? Sign up customers. And then the situation of great life, you want to sign up at least 3 because you're going to be in profit. It's going to cover your basic membership and then give you enough money for a cup of coffee or whatever. Sign up affiliates and help your affiliates do those 2 things. Now, the 3 money-making activities, how do we do that? We share the benefits of what we're offering. We follow up with the people we're sharing with. And then we help our teammates, the people we've sponsored, do those 2 things. Very simple. No, not always easy, but most of that's in our own mind. And I get into that in other training. But yes, it is that simple. So let me repeat that. I'm not going to cover a lot, but these things are very important. 3 things that you need to do to make money is sign up customers, sign up affiliates, help them do the same. The 3 money-making activities are share the benefits of what you're offering, and we've got a lot of great things to offer. We follow up with those people, extremely important, and we help our teammates, our partners, the people we sponsor do the same. Okay, so what are we sharing? We're sharing 3 things. We're sharing the benefits that you personally are receiving. We are sharing your why, my why. If I'm sharing with you, I want to share the benefits I'm receiving from the Great Life products, whether it's the digital or the nutritional or both. I want to share my why, my story, because I want you to know, if we're going to work together, I want you to know what's in it for me, why I'm doing this. And then I want to share the basis of what it takes to succeed. Not everything about the comp plan, not everything about the industry, not everything about Greg, not everything about me, just the basics of what it's going to take to be successful. You see, the way you bring people in, what you say to people, that's the way they're going to automatically think they've got to build their business. And if you throw a lot at them, if you're making it complicated, they're going to say, wow, this is too complicated for me. I'm out of here. Thanks. Peace out. I'm gone. So we've always got to be keeping it simple. That's for our benefit and for our prospects' benefits. Now, there's 3 places to market: offline, online, and both. Now, I'm really going to be digging into this in an upcoming post, and I'm even going to do a video about this because that is extremely important. And this is one of the biggest problems we're having in the industry as a whole, is this whole debacle between offline, online, and the combination of both or lack of. Now, let me keep going because I have a very short time here because we want to get to Dr. Mike. This man's got some awesome information. All right. When it comes to the compensation plan, again, 3 things. I know we get paid 8 ways, and I know we want to learn the 8 ways, and I know we want to talk about the 8 ways, and I know we definitely want to bring income in the 8 ways. But we do that by focusing on just 3 things.
Make an announcement.
We need to sponsor
Alexa.
3 people who want to order 3 additional products and who honestly want to sponsor 3 people doing the same. And then we want to help those 3 people find their 3 people who meet that same criteria. So you've got your 3, we help them get their 3, and then we want to go down one more level, the 3rd level. We want to work together to get that next 27 people. You see, the key to long-term success is not sponsoring a bazillion people and hoping they do something. It's about finding the quality people who are just as serious as you are and helping them do the basics, which with Great Life, and we'll go into a lot of details, we don't want to go into it tonight, is finding at least 3 people who want to order at least 3 additional products and are willing and wanting and hungry to go out and get 3 people who are going to do the same. And then we're going to work together to help them do that on the 3rd level. 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels. That's when duplication and solidity and long-term sticks in. Now, we also want to get those 3 customers as quick as possible because, again, that covers our basic memberships and puts a couple dollars in our pocket. So it's 3. So if we do that, guess what? All those other 8 ways we get paid, it works out. We don't have to know the 8 ways. If we get to be such an expert of actually focusing on our first 3 and helping them do the same, trust me on this, the rest of it falls in place. Now, we don't stop at 3, but we start with 3. See, I have a couple of worksheets. Everything I just explained to you, me, my first 3, their 3, and helping them get the 27 under that, I have a tracking form for that. I actually have another form too to break it down a little bit bigger, where I look at filling up 3 of these, because if I know I fill up 3 of these, I'm a qualified platinum. And that is really where the fun begins. So you need to have a tracking system based on the power of 3 to get these things done. Now, I want to leave you with a couple of approaches. Everybody wants to know, okay, what do I say? What do I say? Well, I'm going to give you a couple examples. I'll give you a few examples of just 3 lines. And trust me, these things work like magic. The first one I'm going to give you, I have personally used over decades to sponsor over 100 people. I use these 3 lines to put 62 people in 1 month into a $50 a month nutritional product 20 years ago. I've used it recently to put people into program, okay? It works. Don't let the simplicity of it fool you. And I've got a video that I'll be posting with this for you. But here, if you don't get anything else out of this call, here's something to help you get going. 3 lines you can't mess up. You can say them in any order and they have the same results. Number 1, there's something important or something exciting I want to show you. Keyword is show. If I tell you I want to tell you or share with you, it opens up a lot of questions. It puts you on the spot. But if I say I want to show you something, for most people psychologically, you're already thinking, I want you to look at something. Very important. Speeds up the process. It plants the seed of, I want you to look at something, concentrate, focus on. Number 2, when can we get together for 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever time frame you need to share your tool with them, to share your story, to share your benefits with them. Your time frame is going to vary, but what I can tell you is the lower the time frame, the better the success. And number 3, by the way, you may or may not be interested. That line right there is extremely important because when somebody approaches us, our buyer resistant wall goes way up here. We're hiding behind that sucker. I mean, think about it. You're in the store, you're in there shopping for something. You know you want or need something, and the salesperson starts heading your way. You're thinking, oh God, don't let them come my way. Don't let them talk to me. And they come up and say, hey, can I help you with something? And it's like, oh no, I'm fine. Just looking. And you're lying your butt off because you know you came in there to get something. That's just the way we're programmed. So when you tell somebody, by the way, you may or not be interested, you're lowering that resistance. Now, again, you can say those 3 lines in any order and you can't mess it up. So let me give you another few examples because I got to move on and turn it over to Dr. Mike. Let's say you're really excited about the opportunity. Let's say you've ordered the nutritional supplements and you don't have a personal benefit story yet, but you are excited about the compensation plan that Greg's put together for us. Here's a 3-line opportunity approach. hey, Shelley, have you ever thought about going into business for yourself? If Shelley says yes, you say, great, let's get together for 15 minutes or whatever that time frame is and talk about business. What's your schedule like the next few days? Nothing to it. Let me repeat those. Have you ever thought about going into business for yourself? If they say yes, say, great, let's get together for 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever time frame you need. And then you ask them, what's your schedule like the next few days? Or if you're busy the next few days, what's your schedule like next week? Very simple. If it's a product opening, if you're one of those that likes to go in with the products, ask your friend, your family, somebody you meet. Hey, Shelley, do you take nutritional supplements? If she says yes, just ask her, do those companies pay you to take and share their supplements? She's going to say no, unless she's another network marketer, but you should know that ahead of time if you've done your homework. And when she says no, say, is it okay if I send you a link to show you how you can get paid too? Just 3 simple questions. Most of the time, if you say it with excitement, like you care, they're going to say yes. Okay, self-improvement. We have self-improvement products, so we can take that same 3 lines the same way. Hey, Shelley, do you read self-improvement books, take self-improvement courses, whatever? If she says yes, I'm going to say, hey, do you get paid to read them? She's going to say no. I say, I do. Is it okay if I send you a link to show you how you can too? Very simple, nonchalant. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to remember these things. Now, let me tell you about them. No matter what your opening is, practice, practice, practice. Practice with your spouse, practice with your kid, practice with your dog or cat, practice with your upline. But take the time to practice them. You should know them like you know your name, because you don't want to have to think about it. This needs to be a sincere, just quick conversation with your prospect. Okay, now you've done that. Now there's really only, the next step is the follow-up. There's really only 3 questions that you need to get down to be able to follow up with someone. If you've shared a tool with them, and I'm getting ready to stop, Mike, turn it over to you, is just 3 simple questions. What do you like best about what I shared with you? Not what did you think? What do you like? I'm planting the seed. I want them to think about, okay, there's got to be something I like. What was it? Number 2, do you see an opportunity for yourself in this business? Number 3, is there anything else you would like to know before getting started with us? Easy to remember. They each have a psychological purpose, and that's all you need to do to follow up. Now, you want to make them personal. Now, is there other ways to do this? Sure. It's just like there's 8 ways to get paid. There's a lot of ways to get to the number 8. 1 + 7, 2 + 5, 3, 3 + 5. Okay, I'm from the South, bad math. Okay, I got an excuse. But anyway, you get the point. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but these are ways that have worked for me. Now, in closing, I want you to do this. Write down this URL. And after this call, go watch this 3-minute movie. tinyurl.com/helping3, the number 3. tinyurl.com/helping3, the number 3. Well, anyway, I'm going to go into depth in all of these. Trust me, we will go into detail on these. Now, the next training is going to be on culture and the types of marketing, offline, online, in both. Extremely important. None of this other stuff matters if we don't get this next part right. Well, anyway, I appreciate all y'all. Chip, Shelley, Mike, Dr. Mike, thanks for sharing y'all's time with me. Greg, as always, thank you, sir, for everything you've put together for us. I'm out of here.
Thank you so much, Reg. That is absolutely awesome. And yeah, we got to get back to the basics. I mean, go into the group and read through the last, I don't know, several days. He's put some posts in there that are nuggets of knowledge. So thank you so much. Looking forward to that. Everybody go check out that website. And now, I think one of the biggest things that we need in this industry is belief. belief in ourselves, belief in the company, belief in the products, all of that. That if you don't have belief in what we're doing, you're not going to make it. And people understand that. And so it's really, really cool. And it's an honor, to have a medical doctor that believes in these products because, probably a lot of most people in the medical field, they want to push pharmaceuticals. They don't want to get to the root of the problem. They want to write a script, get you on these prescriptions and stuff. And so it's very rare and very special. And you all need to be proud because most products in the industry are me too. They'll slap a label on it. They're going to sell a weight loss product. They're going to sell a greens or whatever as an excuse for a product, an excuse for a compensation plan. But with Great Life, we have got scientifically proven incredible products that are working for people. And so I am just thrilled and honored to bring on Dr. Mike, an MD, using these products with his patients in his clinic. And so Dr. Mike, first off, how long have you been in practice? You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Oh.
There you
Sorry.
go. How long have you been in practice?
I've been a family physician now for almost 25 years.
Okay,
Been in
wow.
the healthcare industry for 4 decades now.
Wow,
So I
that's
started
amazing.
my career as a medical. After 12 years of that, decided to go back to medical school, and here I am.
Wow. And so, somebody is busy and successful. I mean, you probably don't need the extra money because I think everybody would agree that doctors probably make a good living. What drew you to the natural products, and more specifically, why Great Life?
Well, I've been attracted to the supplement business and natural supplements for decades. And over the last 20 plus years, I have looked at, evaluated, and implemented probably 400 or 500 products into my practice in some form, fashion, or the other. What brought me to Great Life was Nathan Dickerson.
Yes.
But when he actually introduced me to the business from the business standpoint, and of course, I'm always interested in the business aspect of the business. So the things that Reggie is teaching us is fantastic because building the business long term is a great way to deal with a lot of stuff. And, one of the things that I've seen in my practice, and we've sort of mentioned this a time or two before, probably the biggest issue that most people have from a health standpoint all stems from stress in our life. And the largest stressor that any of us deal with is financial stress. So having access to a business model to help offset the financial stress is a fantastic thing. And I love that part of the Great Life process. The products, however, are my mainstay because I thrive on taking care of patients every day. I'm in clinic 5 days. And what I have been able to do is the proof is in the pudding when it comes to treating patients. And if my patients don't see results, I may see great results myself. And I'm a supplement taker. I don't use prescription medications personally. I use supplementation to do my stuff. And I take a big handful of supplements in the morning and another big handful at night, and then use things intermittently for whatever happens to be going on at the time. However, when I can put a supplement into my clinical practice and have my patients come back with very positive feedback, game over. I'm all in at that point because that's where the rubber meets the road with me. Because it's one thing for me to notice a difference, but when other people notice a difference who aren't as convinced about supplementation as I am, that tells the story. And I have had dozens and dozens and dozens of stories now from patients in my clinic who are seeing phenomenal results using the Great Life products. So what I want to do tonight is I want to basically hopefully help you establish a little belief in your system, because if you can ever grasp the fact that most all of us at some point in our life need some type of supplementation, you're going to get a different perspective on how you're going to grow your business. And so one of the things that I see in my practice every day, and I can assure you that if you are talking to anybody you know, friends, family, coworkers, they're going to be experiencing the same thing, is very simply that everybody I see is tired, they're run down, they have brain fog, their emotions are all over the place, they're oftentimes not sleeping well. I mean, this process or these symptoms are ubiquitous, it seems like, in our culture right now. And we have some fantastic products that actually help fill those gaps. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the product Get Juiced. It is fantastic for anybody who is tired, sluggish, having that brain fog, struggling with their daily routines because they just can't keep their mind in the game. Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, that combination of vitamins, minerals, fruits, and vegetables, it's hard to beat. And honestly, I had a conversation with a patient just the other day who the one product replaced 4 of their supplements. They're taking 4 supplements already, and they get more bang for their buck, and they're going to get better benefits from using Get Juiced than they do from those 4 supplements that they already have in their pantry. So they're already taking them. So when you can sort of talk to someone and sway them over and switch them, I mean, they're going to see amazing benefits. Probably the biggest benefit that I have seen, other than just sort of the vitality and the energy they get from Get Juiced, is I have had several of my patients now tell me that it has completely lifted their brain fog. Sluggish, tired through the day, struggling to get through their work day, and taking this product has made a huge difference. In fact, this story is sort of amusing, but I had one of my patients just a couple of weeks ago come in, and she was telling me about how her focus had improved with the Get Juiced product. And her husband had been picking at her because there's a picture of a brain on the bottle that she has, the original bottle. And he said, it's just because you see the word brain or you see brain, you think it's in your head. And she said, I actually ran out of my product for almost 2 weeks before I got some more. And honestly, it was like night and day difference when she started back. So there is definitely some benefit to these products. The second product that I have found tremendous benefit with is the Clear Heart product. So, and I can tell you, if you're talking to people, the same type of story, people with high blood pressure, people with any kind of heart disease in their family, people with cholesterol issues, people with any kind of blood clotting disorders will all benefit from Clear Heart. Now, from my perspective as a physician, on these patients that I see, I have the benefit of actually being able to monitor their blood tests from when we put them on a product throughout that course of how long they're on the product. And I can tell you, I have had at least 3 patients in just the last 3 months who all came in because they have significant family history of heart disease. They have cholesterol issues as their main one. And I personally, nobody takes offense, I hate the cholesterol medicines. The statins, in my opinion, create a tremendous amount of problems. They offer a lot of benefit for a lot of people, but they come with a whole host of potential side effects. And I personally, in my practice, avoid these medicines like the plague. So when they come in with me and they've got underlying heart conditions, they've got high cholesterol, they've got a family history, and especially we do some blood testing that shows that they have some elevated markers in their blood chemistries that indicate they are at high risk of heart disease, I oftentimes suggest they get on Clear Heart. And what I see is in as little as 4 weeks, I have seen them completely normalize some of their abnormal markers in their bloodstream. And for me, that's a game changer. I mean, it's all over with at that point, because now I feel very confident that no matter who I'm telling, whether I'm checking their blood work or not, we know we are going to see positive impact from a physiologic standpoint when we put people on these products. The other one, and the third one, and the final one I'm going to talk about is the Phytazon product. That product, I have seen some tremendous benefit from two perspectives in particular. I have a couple of patients who have had elevated ANA titers, and I know I'm speaking out of term with this, but that basically is an anti-nuclear antibody test that is a marker for autoimmune disorders. So people with lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, thyroid issues, scleroderma, all kind of autoimmune type issues will oftentimes have that marker elevated. And I have seen the Phytazon product completely normalize that ANA marker in their bloodstream. It's the only thing I have ever seen. Even the medications that we use don't always do that. So I am sold on those three products are at the top of my list, and I talk about those every day in my clinic with patients. So what I want you to take home tonight is simply this. If you want to blame somebody, you can always blame me, but tell the people that you're talking with that we are seeing observable results in blood chemistries from patients taking these products, and then encourage them to just try some. So people who are having any kind of hormonal dysregulation, which honestly is in this day and age is anybody over the age of about 30, is experiencing some hormonal shifts. And those are brought, fortunately, in a large part by stress in their lives, especially financial stress. But tell them that there's a product that you have that I have verified through blood studies that can actually help improve their state of health. It actually will reduce that. It can help alter their hormones because of its effect on IGF-1. There's some great products. Phytazon is fantastic. And I think anybody probably over the age of 30 should be using it as a supplement just to help regulate the hormonal shifts that are going to happen over the next 2 or 3 or 4 decades in their life. And those hormonal changes are inevitable. So anything that you can do now to sort of slow that process down is going to be beneficial. So from my perspective, I just want you to understand that the products that we are dealing with, the business is great. The products are absolutely fantastic. And if you can ever get some of them, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. My patients just keep coming back and coming back and coming back and reordering and reordering and reordering. And it's fantastic.
Wow. Wow. I mean, we could listen to him. I think everybody wants to move to where he is and have him be your doctor, right? We're like, wouldn't we love to have somebody that would talk like that and help us naturally take care of things? I'm just so happy. That's fantastic.
I will throw one more thing in here that I have had some positive feedback from, and a lot of it's coming actually from my staff. The New Derma Gold product, if you want your skin to look good, you better be on New Derma Gold.
Yes.
Everybody I know that uses it has nothing to say but positive things. I love it myself. So,
yes. And at the end of the day, we're all getting older.
We are all
there's
getting
not one
older.
person, not one person going the other way. So we need to really consider having the best of the best products. And like you said, to see somebody successful with a brilliant business, and I'm sure financially set, to be concerned about people's finances and knowing that that is a stressor. So wow, Dr. Mike, you said a mouthful. Thank you. Thank you for being on.
You are welcome.
Chip, back to you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Mike. Man, you gave me goosebumps. Wow. Powerful, powerful information. Just, I'm a product guy. I love mindset, but man, products is where it's at for me. And to hear that, to hear these stories, and not just stories, but truth about our products. And you can't deny the blood work. That is so powerful. I want to see hey, Greg, what do you think of that? What do you think of what Dr. Mike had to say, buddy? You want to come on for a moment?
There we go. Yeah, thank you so much, Chip. You guys, Amazing stuff. And Dr. Mike, incredible stuff. If you guys hear me talk about the products on the calls on our Thursday evening overview, our training calls on Saturday, and I'm just going to touch on the 4 products that Dr. Mike had mentioned there. But again, you cannot argue with blood work. I share all the time, Clear Heart. We have had cardiologists and heart specialists who monitor their patients' blood work, just like Dr. Mike does, okay? And the doctors didn't know each other, the distributors didn't know each other, but we've had this happen so many times. I've actually had this formula for probably 17 or 18 years. And in fact, I met with the doctor that they were instrumental in putting together some of the early research in this category. But we have seen so many cardiologists and doctors pull their patients aside and say, we don't know what you're doing differently, but in order to get these kinds of improvements and these numbers in your blood work from where they were at just 3 months ago to where they're at today, that doesn't happen naturally. You had to have done something significantly different in your life. And what are you doing? And the patient pulls out Clear Heart. The doctor looks at the ingredient profile on the supplement facts panel and says, continue taking this. And how do I get it? And we've had so many cardiologists become distributors and customers based on the results that they had experienced with their patients. The Get Juiced. If you guys have heard me, there's in all of our products have a behind the scenes story. Get Juiced. I worked with Dr. Alex years and years ago, and he did they conducted the largest nutritional study ever done in US history, where they had almost 1 million participants in this study. The purpose of the study was to find why they had in New York, the state of New York, they had some of the highest paid teachers, some of the highest degreed teachers, smart teachers, but they had some of the lowest test scores and academics across the country. So they were brought in, they conducted a 4-year study where what they did is they changed all of the food and the nutritional regimen of almost 1 million students from kindergarten through high school. Didn't matter what gender, what age group, what grade, what economic situation, across the board. And the teachers participated, the schools, the parents, everybody, and they changed the food. They provided certain foods containing certain nutrients. And what they wanted to do is they wanted to find out the key nutrients. They researched, they wanted to come up with the key nutrients that help the brain and central nervous system function at optimal levels. Interesting. So after 4 years, they went back and retested all of these kids, and the results were so incredible. They had the highest increase in academic achievement ever recorded in US school system history. And from that data produced a special product. And I had the exclusive for that product for a number of years. We don't market it anymore, but Lisa Welchel, the actress, did a video for us. Her and her family, 5 of them, her husband, 3 kids, and herself, went and had their IQ tested. And after 51 days on the product, they had 4 of them had a double-digit increase in IQ. So those same nutrients were also tested in the Phoenix school system, where they had the only increase in innate IQ in a school system. So what we did is, moving forward, is in putting together the Get Juiced formula. This is a very special product. And again, Dr. Mike just shared actual patients' experience. And so it just, as he said, the proof is in the pudding. So Get Juiced, it has a number of ingredients that can help us in a number of areas: energy, focus, mentality, but it does contain the key nutrients in which our brains and central nervous system need to function at optimal levels based on a study. So incredible. Phytoson contains 4 highly concentrated patented extracts. And one of the compounds is the only known compound that is clinically shown to help the cells naturally produce IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor, at the levels of our youth. That's important because IGF-1 helps regulate our lifespan. After the age of 20, our bodies produce less and less, so we're aging. And so with this compound in Phytoson, it's now helping our body's natural production of the IGF-1 at the levels we see in our youth. So talk about anti-aging. One of the ingredients is the on-off switch for over 35 types of inflammation. Another huge problem. So Phytozon is just, it's a remarkable formula. It's actually a product that we used to do physical demonstrations of increased flexibility and strength. So it's a phenomenal product, as Dr. Mike mentioned. It should be a staple. Everybody should be using Phytozon. And then I'll touch on the new Dermagold. Everyone loves new Dermagold. You know, it's an anti-aging skincare, both men and women. And I think everybody wants to look good, feel good. New Dermagold also contains all of the popular ingredients in skincare that's the most popular at getting results. You know, it's incredible formula, incredible ingredients, and that's just, again, that's just 4 of the products, but we're excited about what we're doing. The products obviously is the foundation. We've got the digital side now that we're open globally. And, you know, Dr. Mike mentioned the financial stress. Let's get real. Financial stress is a huge deal. You know, they say that half of the divorces in our country are caused by financial issues and stress. They say that half of the bankruptcies that take place would not have happened if that family had an extra $300 or $400 monthly disposable income. So, you know, putting everything together here, the nutritional supplements, the digital products, which is a $500 billion market, our compensation plan to reward those who want to build a business, everything that we're doing, and you guys are all amazing. It's such an honor and privilege to work with each and every one of you guys and ladies out there, not only across the US, but around the world. And we're excited about what we're doing. So many incredible people on board our team working together to help people in a number of different ways. So thank you guys. Appreciate you so much. And I'll turn it back over to you, Chip.
Thank you so much, Greg. Awesome information as always. Hey, Shelly, any final thoughts before we let everybody out of here for the evening?
And just aren't we blessed?
Amen.
It is like
Amen.
what a blessing to be part of something so special, you know, that you can feel good about. We're making a difference. That on top of that, the charities and the things that we're doing, there's not a downside. There's absolutely no reason that you should not be involved on any level. I don't care if you want to be a customer or you want to go to the top and be a superstar here. You need to be involved because it's great. Absolutely great. Thank you all. You guys are awesome. Everybody have a blessed night.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Shelly. Awesome, awesome,
Good night,
awesome.
guys.
Just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you, Dr. Reg. Thank you, Dr. Mike. Appreciate you so much. As always, thank you, Greg, and thank you, Shelly.
guys.
Such a pleasure. And just thank every one of you. Thank each and every one of you for spending some time here with us on this Monday night, because you know what? Without you, we wouldn't be here. So get out there, make it happen. And remember this, life is full of choices. And the choice you make today to get back to the basics, will definitely shift your mark. Pick up some Phytozon. All right. Take care, everybody. It's a great day to live
Bye,
a great
everybody.
life. Bye for
Thank
now.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Great call.